Now it's time for the pre-season of season 3 of My Team Career Mode. Unfortunately, we have to accept the fact that Fernando Alonso, the former two-time world champion of the sport, has officially retired. So he's gonna hang up his helmet and his boots and his racing suit as well. But now with that out of the way, we are gonna have to see if we can renegotiate with Carlos Sainz for another contract renewal for season 3. He has accepted our approach because we have met his demands, and obviously we're gonna see if you can go for a medium risk option. We are not gonna increase his market value, but hopefully he will understand. I'm just taking a bit of a gamble here, but fortunately he has accepted our contract renewal despite not increasing his market value at all. So obviously you can see how dedicated he is to the team, trying to get more podiums in the near future. So you can see here we're moving up the acclaim levels, and obviously we've completed our primary sponsor objective, and our sixth position in the Constructors Championship is going to give us just over $35.5 million. Now looking at the season's calendar for season 3, Bahrain is still going to be the season opener, followed by China, who's going to have her debut for this season. We are going to miss out Imola for a second season, unfortunately, but we are going to let Portugal have her debut, so we're going to have some new tracks along the way. Spain and Monaco are going to be retained in the calendar for season 3. We are going to miss out the Baku City Circuit in Azerbaijan. Looking at Canada, we're still going to race there. We are going to return to France, to the circuit Paul Ricard after a year's absence. We are gonna return to the Austrian Grand Prix and the British Grand Prix. Not return, we're gonna retain both of those races. We're gonna miss out the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix because I do not like that track at all. We are still gonna be racing at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, mainly because it's an all-time classic ever since 1950. I've decided to make a decision. I've decided to remove Circuit Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, but we are still racing in the Temple of Speed in Monza for round 11 of this championship. We are gonna miss out Russia mainly because of how I botched the pit strategies, which obviously resulted in no points. We're gonna still return to Singapore for aiming for a win, but also we are gonna be returning to Suzuka after a season's absence. We are going to um, remove the Circuit of the Americas in Texas for the USA Grand Prix because it's quite of a boring track for me. And looking at Mexico, we are gonna return there for another. We're gonna return there for this season. We're gonna miss out Brazil because of my crash with Carlos Sainz out of the Senna SS in turn 3. We are going to be returning to the Australian Grand Prix in the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit for round 15. And for the final round, instead of ending in Abu Dhabi traditionally, we are going to be ending the season in Saudi Arabia in the Jeddah Corniche circuit. So that's the number one change that I've made. Now looking here at our team details, it's time to go for a new sponsor with a higher signing bonus and a higher goal bonus and a higher weekly income. But obviously with a higher objective because our car is capable of getting a high position not only in the Drivers' Championship but also in the Constructors' Championship. So as you can see here, we have a bunch of sponsors here. I don't think the sponsor at the end here is the goal is a bit too unrealistic because obviously we have to score 300 Constructors Championship points. So we're obviously going to go for DSB Optics, and the goal is to finish third or better in the Constructors Championship. The goal is not too safe nor too risky. I think it's gonna be a bit challenging, but I love a challenge sometimes, especially now we have a lot of tracks that are to our advantage as well. And I'm thinking of changing our engine instead of going for Mercedes. I've considered going to Honda, just like our first season, but we've actually chosen to go for Ferrari. And because of the new Ferrari power unit, I've actually decided to go for a team rebrand, and we're gonna be changing it to this guy is typing really slow. Faster Azri, keep typing. We're gonna change it to Forza Singapura DPB. Well, why Forza Singapura DPB, you may ask? Well, obviously Forza is Italian and Ferrari is obviously an Italian team, and we do have their power unit. So a bit of an Italian background we're gonna have for this season. and Singapura obviously means Singapore in Malay, and we're still gonna put DPB because DPB Motorsport. So this is the huge rebrand, and I'm sure this name is a bit catchy to you as well. Now it's time to see what drivers have been transferred to other teams. Looking at Red Bull here, they're still keeping their reigning world champion Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez in their lineup. Looking at Mercedes, they're still keeping Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas, the two drivers still together from all the way back in 2017. So they're obviously sticking to each other like glue, but Mercedes have to pick up the pace if they want to have any chance of competing in both championships. Looking at Ferrari, they're still keeping Charles Leclerc and Pierre Gasly. I think they're gonna be aiming for second or maybe one of them to win the World Championship, obviously. But looking at McLaren, they do have a new driver. They have Zhou Guanyu from Aston Martin, so that means they have dropped Lando Norris. But Daniel Ricciardo is still staying with McLaren, but obviously you all are curious to see where Lando Norris has gone, so we'll get to that in a minute. Looking at AlphaTauri, they're still keeping George Russell and Yuki Tsunoda. I think they're hoping for a better finish in the constructors than what they had last season. I think it was fifth place. But looking at Alpine, as you can see, the new boy Lando Norris has joined Alpine after being dropped by McLaren. I'm not sure if Lando Norris has opted to transfer to there to bring them back to the top, just like how Daniel Ricciardo thought he could do. But we'll just see how it goes here. And looking at Aston Martin, the man replacing Guan Yu Zhou, or Zhou Guan Yu, I still don't know which is the correct order, is Jack Aitken. So the F2 driver, half English, half South Korean, I think, is going to be replacing the Chinese driver in the green suit alongside Lance Stroll, his teammate. Looking at Alfa Romeo, my first teammate Daniel Ticktum is still going to be partnered with Antonio Giovinazzi. And looking at Williams, not a single change at all. You can see here Nicholas Latifi is still with Robert Schwartzman. And last but not least, we have the Haas F1 team. Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin sticking to each other like glue, along with Haas F1. So not that many changes to the American outfit, but we'll see what they can do in season 3 of My Team Career Mode. And now this is the thing that I'm sure all of you have been waiting for. It's time to see the car for season 3 of this My Team Career Mode series. I've gone through quite a bit of effort to make the livery. I think it's gonna look nice. But now it's time to look at our car for this season of Formula 1. There you have it. This is our challenger for this season of My Team Career Mode. You can see the black stuff going all over the red parts of the car. You can see here we've gone through a lot of effort and time to make this beautiful design for this season of My Team Career Mode. But unfortunately, this is where we're gonna stop this video before the season open in Bahrain. I hope you stay tuned to the first round of the season, and goodbye.